trees, cut them up, put them on a wagon, hauled them to the sawmill. Sawmill sawed them into boards. Dad hauled them home, put a big stack out in the yard and by the barn, and they dried for 2 years. And then
Is that when you lived
use
in
it
a
to
tent?
build a house.
Was that when you lived in a tent?
No, that's the house that burned. It was only 2 years old when it burned.
Wow.
But it was all made of rough wood. And then the inside, except now the kitchen and, I've forgotten. They didn't have sheetrock in those days, so
What'd you use? Just the
they put canvas over the rough wood, and then they put wallpaper on the canvas, stuck to the
Canvas,
That's the way they did it.
like fabric?
Huh?
Like fabric?
Okay.
No, it was wallpaper.
Yeah, thick.
Yeah, regular wallpaper you put on the walls. And it was glued, instead of glued to the wood, which had, the rough sawn wood is gonna not be totally smooth from one joint to the other. So, you know, when you put the canvas on, it was a smooth surface, and then you put wallpaper all over the canvas. And
How'd you insulate it?
houses weren't insulated those days.
Would you get,
What year was
get
that?
cold?
Like
My
these,
house in Boston was insulated in Boston.
What year was that?
Really?
I mean, they had insulation in the attic.
moved in
but when that house was
1948.
built, there wasn't any insulation. There was none in the walls.
Yeah, they had
Your
we
walls
had
are plastic.
insulation.
You saw
And ours was built in 47. Oh, White House.
It was all rough cut wood, and it was just plaster walls with no insulation.
Dad cut the wood out.
Built in the late 1800s, that's what all they had.
yeah, they didn't plaster them, and not where we were in our area.
And then he
Like I said,
did
we don't plaster
He
them.
stacked it out there on the corner.
That's the way they did them. But then the home burned in 1950s, so yeah, they had insurance on it, so they had to hire a carpenter. They had hired 3 carpenters, and then they bought all the wood, which is all smooth wood, finished wood.
How long did you have to live in a tent?
I don't know, 3 to 6 months, something like that. I don't remember.
While they built the house.
Yeah. they
Where'd you shower?
Shower. Weren't any showers in those days.
You did spit baths?
Except what the good Lord gave you,
Or like, where'd you get your water and?
out of the well. Use the bucket to pull it up out of the well.
Is that what you used to bathe?
Those long things? Those long
Yeah,
buckets?
ours was a long cylinder, they called them well buckets, got one down the barn down here.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we draw up the water, empty it into a bucket, and take the bucket in the house, and you'd heat it. And, you know, most of the stoves that were wood stoves in those days for cooking had what they called the water tank on the side. So as a byproduct of cooking food, you're warming your water. And you use that warm water then to wash dishes. And if you, on Saturday night, everybody took a bath, whether they needed one or not. You know?
So you went all week without bathing.
And
Yes.
Papa used to take the last bath, right?
How'd everyone smell?
You bathed with a washcloth every night. Or every morning, every
You had what they call a spit bath in between.
Did you wear
But on Saturday
deodorant?
night you got in the tub.
Did you wear deodorant?
Deodorant, what was that?
Did brush my teeth.
Were people stinky?
Huh?
I have no idea. If they were, we all were.
You didn't notice it.
wonder-
You didn't notice it, everybody was the
It
same.
was the norm. You didn't notice it.
I wonder how the teacher, I often think about that. We had a big old coal stove, you know, one of those round ones, and it was tall. And we'd go out and play in the snow, and we had a little creek run through the school ground. And if the ice got on it, we slid on the ice, and sometimes we'd fall through. So we'd come in wet. And she set us behind the stove, and we steamed out. And can you imagine what we smelled like? I don't know how other teacher, Miss Williams. Oh, yeah, she stood us.
Well, she lived in the same condition.
Yeah. Nobody
She
knew
did.
any different.
Times are different, I'll tell you that.
Would you change your underwear every day?
And now that I
Your
did.
mom always insisted we had clean underwear.
Yeah, we did that.
Clean socks and clean underwear. Now, that's two things I still do. I change my underwear every day.
And your socks 2 or 3 times, depending on what you're doing.
Depends on what I'm doing.
It's funny, my dad got to change his unders once a week because he had 2 pairs.
Huh?
My dad got to change his underwear once a week.
His underwear when he's growing up?
Yeah, he had 2 pairs.
2 pairs, wow.
One got washed every Saturday and he changed it every Saturday.
When I had 2 pair of Levi's, so I'd change them out and then wash one and I'm wearing one.
How many clothes did you have growing up? Where's Cassidy?
Well, I think in the fall I picked cotton and bought 2 pair of Levi's. We bought Levi's and 3 shirts. And I had knit, those old knit, they were striped.
You got a new pair of shoes. Fall.
Every season.
Buy new shoes, new.
Would you wear the same shoes to pick cotton? Did you wear the same shoes to pick cotton as to go to school or
No,
whatever?
no.
You tried to have 2 pair of shoes. One you wore everyday shoes, and one you had Sunday shoes.
Then you,
Wore to church.
then later
You
you
wore
had the
clean
Sunday
clothes to
shoes
church.
became the everyday shoes.
So you took a bath on Saturday.
Rotated them.
Took a bath on Saturday night. 'Cause
And you
that
got a
was
new
your
pair of
week,
Sundays.
And on Sunday you went to church. You wanted to be clean when you went to church. So,
Well, you wore your best clothes.
and you'd have
Now that's different today.
your
But
Sunday
then
clothes.
you did. You wore your very best clothes
Clean
to
clothes
church.
on Monday, Sunday.
You don't think people wear good clothes to church now?
Well, I say
Sometimes.
they do sometimes, but they don't always. They're very casual. We had people come in in walking shorts. Yeah, God, in my day,
They
that
didn't wear shorts.
you wouldn't have
wore
come in our
drawers.
church. They wouldn't have let you with walking shorts. So
What did you wear?
Whatever her best was.
A dress,
A sour flat, a sour
a flower.
flower side
Dress
dress.
could be.
Probably.
now, part of the time that was true, but now grandmother Fletcher,
She was a seamstress, so she could make nice things. You know.
that picture in there shows she made those. The for Sandra and she could really sew. In fact, there was 1 or 2 things.
She made me some stuff.
I think I saved some
Some
of that.
dresses.
Yeah, beautiful things. She could have been at the side.
You know, the people on this farm right here,
She had that.
in the timber cutting, I've discovered at least 2 places where there were homes.
Oh, really? Where?
One is right down here south of Cornfield, one corner of where we've cleaned up.
Okay.
But the old man that lived down at the corner, going to the old place down the road here, not long after we bought this farm, I stopped and visited with him one day, and when we were up here from Orlando, and he said, "You know, I was thinking about your place the other day." Said I was reflecting back when I was a boy. There were 23 houses I could remember on that place.
23.
23 families lived on what we're living on today.
Wow. Have you found those?
I found some of them, yeah. Some of them I know where they were.
Well, we picked up, remember when
The bricks.
I think last weekend.
Remember when we went